1 sec. Alright, what is up, guys? How's everybody doing? This is not a drill and this is not bait. They have officially just revealed that the Winter Soldier is coming to Marvel's Avengers. 1 sec. What is up, everybody? All right, let's see who all we got. We got A1 Chase in the chat. We got Purple Hearts. We got Jedi Fallen Survivor, Alex Moore, Tony Kim, Victor, Lucky Gaming, J Skills, Christopher Rogers. What's up, Christopher Rogers? Appreciate you coming through, bro. Some Guy, Leela, Corey, True Uzumaki, Tony Kim, Winter Soldier. Oh, wait, Winter So Cold. Winter Soldier. Oh, we got Andy is cool, Jake Forever. What is up, guys? Again, this is not a drill. Paul Tassi just broke the news. Hell Hydra. I wish. Let me turn this down a tad. Switch back over. There we go. Today, Crystal Dynamics will announce a number of upcoming additions to Marvel's Avengers, the live service superhero game that is very much still producing updates for a player base that might be more robust than you're thinking. I got to speak with the Avengers lead designer Brian Wagner, who revealed that even with there being some debate about whether subscription services are helping or hurting the prospects of third-party games, Marvel's Avengers has really benefited from them specifically. Wagner says that the Avengers player base has been boosted now that it is available for free, quote unquote, as part of the Xbox as part of both Xbox Game Pass and PlayStation Plus's recently revamped tiers. What's up, everybody who's just popping in the chat? Guys, make sure you drop a like on the video too. That helps YouTube push it out a bit, and it definitely helps the channel. Little Donut, yeah, go ahead. Feel free to post any questions in the chat. I'll get to them. It's onboarded a lot of players, and no doubt those players are buying a lot of the MCU skins the game has been putting out for a year plus now. Incredibly significant Avengers! Growth. Rupert Oscar with the sub. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate you becoming an Avenger. Those subscription plans have been huge for us, getting the game out in front of players. It's low risk for them to try a new game. It's almost like going free to play, but not really. But I'm burying the lead here, as the big announcement of the day is about a pair of patches 2.6 and 2.7, which will bring significant additions to the game by the end of the year. The main draw of patch 2.6, which will launch sometime in September, is a new villain sector meant to move the story forward, and the storyline involves Monica attempting to reboot MODOK after the events of the base campaign. The mission has been compared in difficulty to the Cosmic Cube, the other Monica fight in the game, and you will indeed be fighting her again, not MODOK. That comes later. This patch also comes with a pass on mass buff, heroic ability damage, and having players get staggered by enemies less. So it sounds like they're making improvements to how, enemies, just kind of toss everybody around and stuff like that, and just staggering. Like, that's something that really happens in the raid a lot. And thankfully it sounds like they're going to be, toning that down a little. Let me hop back in the chat for a second. Danny Johnson, I've been waiting to thank you. Oh, no problem. For whatever I did. You're welcome. Has anyone watched She-Hulk yet? Yeah, I watched it earlier. The first episode was solid. I liked the first episode. I feel like it was a great introduction to the character and the show. Any word on War Machine? Not yet. Hello, Miss. What's up? What's up, Miss Alyssa? Been a long time, bro. I just realized I did not subscribe. Oh, no problem, bro. Welcome to the Avengers. Greek, yes. Bucky Barnes is officially announced. We getting back down to that. 1 second. The main attraction, however, will be patch 2.7, which brings with it the arrival of the first new hero since Jane Foster, but really the first truly new hero since Spider-Man. And even he was only for PlayStation players. That would be Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier. So it looks like we are getting Bucky and Cloning Labs at the same time, and that's something I predicted they might do. Which I'm definitely glad they're doing that, because it's like just give us something, just give us the content. A release date, we're looking for that now. We might get a release date for 2.6 today. I don't know if we'll get a release date for 2.7. This dispels previous rumors that the next hero in the game would be She-Hulk, which would line up with the just released Marvel series. And Wagner says that this was always the plan, to have Bucky come after Jane Foster. So don't believe every yeah. So don't believe every rumor you hear, guys. Don't believe that. The rumor that Bucky was coming, don't believe that. Winter Soldier did leak out as an option for the next hero before this as well, however. Shout out to Paul Tassi. Hilarious, bro. Details on Bucky Barnes are a little scarce right now, but I confirmed that he is not what you would call a mirror or echo character like Jane Foster was to Thor, and has his own set of moves and abilities, including use of that assault rifle seen in the photo. But he's still in testing, so they didn't want to confirm specific heroics or anything yet. So for the people that's saying he's just going to be a clone or an echo of Captain Marvel and Black Widow, you can put that to bed. Even though it didn't make much sense to begin with, but it's nice that they did touch on that and confirm it in the article. Wagner did say there would be influences from characters like Captain America and Black Widow, however. He trained with Cap, right? So he may share a similar feel, I guess. I don't want to say he has a shield or anything, because he doesn't, but his fighting style will feel like they had trained in the same place. I hope that means he's getting a kick. The running, kick to the chest. I hope he gets that. And our Winter Soldier also trained in the Red Room, so you may see some things where we took inspiration from Black Widow's kit, but no, not sharing any abilities or anything like that. So again, if you were saying they're going to be an echo because he's going to have the ability to alternate between weapon styles like Black Widow, then I guess if that's what you would classify as being an echo, is like I guess you're vindicated in that sense. But I don't think that's what the term echo is intended as, and that's not what it really means. But if that's what you want to take away from that, you can. Bucky is not the only addition coming in 2.7, as the long-awaited not-killed cloning lab is finally coming, something that has been talked about as an in-game activity since the game launched. This will pit us against MODOK and the cloning lab, and the cloning lab has a story behind it that explains why we've been fighting this endless string of abominations and taskmasters. It is an Omega level threat, same as the raid, and will feature a new gear cap and a loot to farm. The cloning lab and Monica's villain sector before that will both contain narrative beats explaining why we are now seeing Bucky Barnes return at this point in the story. So again, that's something else that I speculated, like they could just tie him into cloning labs and stuff. I don't know if that goes as far as my conspiracy theory went, where he could ultimately be a clone somehow, or AIM could have went as far as cloning him. But the fact that he will be tied into the story or the narrative around cloning labs is interesting. The timing on patch 2.7 is a little more nebulous. It's coming before the end of this year, but that's as specific as they could get. If 2.6 is September, late November, early December might be a good guess, which is around when Spider-Man and the Wakanda raid arrived a year ago. So that kind of makes it sound like Bucky and Cloning Labs might be the end of the year content, which again, if that's the case, I don't fully know how I feel about that. I don't know how we fully feel about that. Did they just shade Miller? They tried to. Paul cleaned it up a little bit, but they definitely tried it. But like if Bucky and Cloning Labs is the end of the year content, I feel like that might be a bit of an ill, especially given that Jane Foster and Bucky being the only real heroes released for the year. That might be considered an L for the year, but we'll see. As for the long term with Avengers doing well with PlayStation Plus and Game Pass boost, I was able to confirm there are plans for 2023 content and beyond, and Wagner said outright that the Kree would factor into future storylines. He did say, however, that Avengers may not get it. He did say that, however, Avengers may not get anything as big as last year's War for Wakanda expansion, which added both Black Panther, a sprawling new zone, and a bunch of story quests, and instead he focused on stuff that can be replayable rather than one-off campaigns. So Avengers lives on, and it will continue to produce more content for the indefinite future, with Wagner saying he's even staffing up and building out the team, while the rest of Crystal Dynamics works on projects like Perfect Dark for Xbox or Unreal Engine 5 Tomb Raider. We'll see what these next two patches bring and how a new hero like Bucky plays in practice. I'll be back for him even if it's been a while. This was a complete surprise. Like, one, I definitely didn't expect for them to have Bucky Barnes, or Bucky Barnes. I got Winter Soldier on the brain, but Paul Tassi break the news. Like, that was unexpected. I was not expecting him to, because he hasn't really been covering this game much. And from the sound of it, it sounded like he kind of moved on from it. So to see him be the one that break the news, that was kind of pretty unexpected. Bro, you just pumped my day up even more excited for Bucky Barnes. Bro, this is the news we were waiting for. And as I said, they would get it out, when it was all a matter of how they were going to, break the news, I guess. That was the deliberation. And choosing to go with Paul Tassi was a very good option, because while he can be, critical of the game, he tends to be pretty objective and fair with them, and even will defend them in some regard. So it's like going with Paul Tassi versus going with somebody like IGN. Even though IGN would have spread the news a bit farther, I believe, I feel like Paul Tassi was the right choice. Cloning Labs is the only content for an entire year. Ain't great in my mind. Yeah, it's like I said, I understand that what they were doing was reworking, content, or reworking the design of the game to be more accessible for newer players and to be able to hold their attention longer. But like I said, I don't know. I don't think that's going to be a hard sell unless you really can hit the ground running. Unless you can promise that you're going to hit the ground running in 2023. That doesn't look great, for the long term of the game, or for this year for the game, rather. But yeah, bro, like this is a major W. Like, it's a W for Miller, because he broke the news. He got wind of the pivot, before they, had a chance to make him kind of look crazy. And then, like I said, this is a hero that many of us have been wanting to see for a while. Vaping Games, yes sir, they are releasing Bucky Barnes. So we didn't get a release date for 2.6 or 2.7, but this is the news. He is officially coming, and he's coming with Cloning Labs. Cloning Labs is power level locked, and they keep nerfing the gear grind as well. Like, wow. Like I said, the goal is to try to keep players engaged, I guess, and they don't want you to burn out on the content too fast. So until they choose to pivot away from that, that's pretty much how they choose to handle things, I guess. But I'm hyped. I am 100% hyped to see that Bucky Barnes news broke today, especially after sitting up all day watching, waiting for news about the Embracer deal. Hilarious though. What's up, Feedy? So Winter Soldier is officially coming. Yes, he is. What's up, DJ? Yes, sir. For everybody new to the stream, if you're just popping in, make sure to leave a like. And we are definitely celebrating the news that Bucky Barnes is coming to Avengers. I cannot wait to see what this man looks like in game. But as you can see, he got the long hair. He's coming with long hair. He's got his metal arm with the star on there. I don't feel like they did much to his design. Like, I feel like they stuck pretty close to what we're used to seeing with Bucky Barnes. Yeah. I had no doubt that Miller would be proved right. When he was saying it was She-Hulk and they knew that they pivoted away from it, the comments from the developers got pretty snarky around that time, like, oh well, I wouldn't get too attached to that idea and stuff like that. And when he broke the news that it was Bucky, crickets. We've literally heard nothing to combat that narrative. So it's like, yeah, I knew he had him in that moment when they didn't choose to respond. What's up, Mookie? How you feeling, bro? When will he release? Later this year. So whether that turns out to be October or something like that, we have yet to see. We have to get the next Warzone in 2.6 next. But this is a definite W for Bucky fans. I'm going crazy when Bucky drops. Absolutely crazy. Can totally see the game change up its systems and mechanics for a better flow of content. Yeah, that's pretty much what they were doing this year. They dedicated a lot of time and resources towards making the onboarding process better. They brought back Nick Fury to kind of streamline that. So it's like you made some good changes. You reworked the events to make that more accessible and worth playing, so you can actually level up your heroes beyond level 150 by playing the events now, which was a very smart change. So it's like they haven't been sitting on their hands. It's just looking at the year in review. It's not as exciting as what we were hoping to see coming into the year. So they did what's best for the game going forward. So it's like I won't knock them for that. But I was hoping to see more than 2 heroes come this year, especially with one of them being an Echo hero. It's bad that She-Hulk won't even be released when her show is going on. Yeah, I don't know the logic behind, that pivot, but I'll take Bucky Barnes. I'll say that. I will take Winter Soldier. Oh, yeah, this came from Paul Tassi of Forbes. Like I said, I was surprised to see that they chose to let him break the news, but here we are. 2023 has to be a hit for them. Yeah, I think they're putting everything in place right now for them to be a hit in 2023. Because by the time 2023 rolls around, everybody they just hired will be onboarded already. So everybody who's just been hired, all the new designers and developers that they just brought onto the team, they'll be done with the onboarding process and orientation and all of that, and they'll be familiar with everything and be able to get started in their roles for these different projects. So we could see a new biome next year, because Captain Marvel is I'm pretty comfortable saying Captain Marvel is coming to the game next year. You got the Marvels releasing in the summer, so I think Captain Marvel coming next year is pretty safe a bet right now, and it's looking like they could possibly aim to have like Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange be the big year-end content. because they are already, you know, building beyond the Kree invasion right now. Yeah, you got to remember they got 2 new heroes just starting in early development. They just finished paper designs for them, so it's like those heroes will be rolling out next year. They're not going to come into next year the same way that they came into this year, unless something goes horribly wrong behind the scenes. So later for She-Hulk, yeah, she's coming though. She's definitely coming. We know who the voice actress is and everything, and she can't wait to talk about She-Hulk. I feel bad for her because she's been chomping at the bit to talk about this game and that role for a long time. And you know, I'm pretty sure pivoting away from She-Hulk, you know, was not something they did lightly, and it's not something they did like on a whim. So I feel like that's something they put a bit of thought into, and it seems like Miller's prediction, or you know, his insight into what was going on behind the scenes about Bucky and She-Hulk kind of being neck and neck in development. You know, that because you wouldn't be able to pivot this hard for a character that was as far along in development as She-Hulk was rumored to be, unless Bucky was pretty much, you know, pretty close right behind her in development. I mean, Mookie, I would take that. You know, if we get Bucky in September and, you know, get She-Hulk before the end of the year, I would definitely take that. I'm actually hoping for that. We better get Hydra with Bucky. You better let that idea go, because you getting AIM with Bucky. He's coming with cloning labs. Honestly, kind of glad it's Bucky first, and it's a lot of people who feel that way. I'm in the middle. I would have been happy with whoever. Like if She-Hulk was in this picture right now, I would be just as happy. But I am hyped for Bucky Barnes, bro. He's one of my favorite, you know, heroes. You know, I'm glad that they, you know, kind of made him he's not really an anti-hero in the MCU, and I'm glad that, you know, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show introduced him as just a traditional hero. So it's like that's the angle they're going to be working with, you know, going forward for his character. When do I think we'll get Bucky? In the next few months. So we're in August right now, so he's not coming this month. So between September, October, or September and the end of the year. Do we know who the 2 new heroes are? Not yet. They only teased, Brian only teased that they are, you know, in paper designs right now, or he completed paper designs for them a few weeks back. No matter what, is more content, and they didn't abandon the game. Yeah, they're not abandoning this game. They wouldn't have got the funding to continue or to expand developing the game if Embracer didn't believe in this project. So again, like, they can't speak on things officially. They can't talk about, you know, what's going on with the game officially because the deal is still in place or still being finalized. But if you look at what you're seeing around the game, they got some insight and some, you know, confirmations behind the scenes that they didn't have earlier this year. I'm thankful for more stuff. Yeah, definitely thankful for more stuff. Will we get Red Skull? Not in this next update. They might tease them though. I'm pretty confident they're gonna tease Hydra at least. You're gonna get some nods to Hydra in some capacity. They just need to fix stuff alongside new content. Oh, no doubt. And like I said, I'm pretty sure Miller is digging through the files right now, because we did just get patch update 2.5.2. So I'm pretty sure he's combing through those files right now, looking for what he can uncover. If Embracer didn't embrace them. I'm glad Embracer embraced them. We definitely needed it. The damn health bug, yeah, they definitely got to tighten up the health bug, bro. It's been far too long with that. We've been dealing with that for way too long. What's up, Keon Rage? How you feeling, bro? But yeah, like I said, this is definitely a win for the community, especially the people who were looking forward to Bucky Barnes in general. Like I said, I'm hype. We got this news. We got the Jane Foster MCU skin coming up. This was a good day for Avengers. And it's like, I know people were expecting a big announcement from the Embracer Q1 report, but we actually learned a lot. You know, if you actually listen to the presentation, like, we learned how they go about managing these different studios that they acquire. Like, they're pretty hands off. They just give them what they need to function and stay out of their way. Where, you know, Square Enix, they had a lot of restrictions in place over the game and over the studio that they could and couldn't do. Like, they were getting no funding. Like, after the game launched, they were getting no money from the studio and no support from the studio. I mean, from the publisher. So it's like, to see them now being able to actually hire and expand the team, because they clearly need to in order to get content and villains and heroes out, you know, more frequently, is like, that does nothing but paint an optimistic future for the game. And I'm pretty sure Marvel Games really enjoyed, you know, the fact that they were able to get Jane Foster out in a AAA game ahead of her debuting Thor: Love and Thunder. So it's like, I'm pretty sure they're going to be looking to do more of that in the future. You know, why they didn't do it with She-Hulk, you know, we don't know. We may never get an explanation about that, but they definitely have more opportunities coming in the future. And I definitely see them taking advantage of that more than just the one time with Jane Foster and a couple of skins. Yeah, they pulled some devs off after lunch. And, you know, some people just moved on to other projects. You know, some people just moved away from the project. And instead of hiring someone to replace them, they just, you know, put that workload onto somebody else. And it's like, I don't know how many people would like to do double the work, you know, at a job. Hopefully with a pay boost. Hopefully it came with a pay boost. Yeah, I am excited, and I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see his war table. I can't wait to see more about Bucky. But it's like, I'm glad that they were able to pull back and, you know, finally get Cloning Labs to a place where they're comfortable releasing it, because they had the presence of mind to recognize that, you know, you can't just drop out lazy content. And that feels like what the original vision for Cloning Labs was. It was just something they slapped together with the resources they had. And, you know, it sounds like Brian kind of got in their ear and was like, we got to do better than that, guys. Like, this is supposed to be big in-game content, and you can't redo it once it's out there. So you got to do it right, you know, the first time. Next year, Ultron, yeah, it looks like it. Like I said, we were hoping to see him this year, and like I said, it remains to be seen. They can squeeze them in before the year, I guess, depending on how long it takes them to release Bucky. But like I said, we just have to wait and see. Imagine what Bucky's iconic outfit would look like. You kind of see it right now, like this. You know, they usually put their the heroes' iconic designs in these art graphics. So it's like, you know, his face is kind of in shadow, but it's like you can make out the details. He has some, you know, some patches and pouches on him. So, and you see that gun, you can see that rifle pretty good. He got the sniper scope on there. It's not an M4. I was hoping to see an M4. I was really hoping they gave him the M4, but, you know, they went with a different rifle. But that's cool. But he has been rumored to have sniper capability, so it's like I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how they handle that, if that is something that's a part of his kit. But yeah, it's like I like the design. I like how they added the red star into the design for the background and everything. Like, this looks dope, and I cannot wait to see this man come to the game. Oh, what's up, Black Magic Heart? Hope we get a mission we can play without being in a strike team that gives us gear with level. Yeah, I'm actually trying to find out if that's something we're gonna see with the Warzone mission, because you know, with Cloning Labs raising the power cap or being capped at level 175, I would think they would give you a you know, it wouldn't hurt to give players another avenue to level up heroes outside of events and the raid and OLT. So it's like if that new AIM Island mission will drop gear that lets you raise your power level beyond 150, I feel like that would be a win, because you're gonna have a few weeks with it before they roll out cloning labs anyway. I want to see them make online play free without PlayStation Plus. You're gonna be dreaming for that for a while, brother. That is nowhere near in the cards. Damn, that makes me sad, but hopefully it'll still go well. But yeah, like I said, what we got? But see, this also proves that when Brian was talking about going into the voiceover studio, that it was for Avengers, which is good to see. Yeah, that's exactly what I was telling people. Like Brian and Layla, who was recently brought on to the narrative team, they both were a part of those voice acting sessions. So they definitely have new content in the works, and they definitely have in this, because they had so many people in the session at one time. It has to be before like a big cutscene or a major interaction between a lot of the heroes. Will Winter Soldier release with his skin day one? I'm pretty sure they will. That's what they did with Jane Foster, so that may be what they trend with doing going forward. Everybody says She-Hulk is coming next, then saying Winter Soldier is coming next. Next, can y'all tell me the truth? Which this is the official reveal that Winter Soldier is coming. This is officially coming from Paul Tassi via Crystal Dynamics. He spoke with them directly, and they confirmed that Bucky Barnes is coming as the next hero for the game. But yeah, this plan is not changing. That's locked in. This is the news they were, this is what Nick E was teasing on Reddit, that they were going to, release a dev blog and an update, letting us know what's coming next and what's coming beyond that, which is patch 2.7, which ultimately turned out to be Cloning Labs and Bucky Barnes. Casual, what is your theory in when Thor the skin, when the community simmers down? Everybody's too thirsty for the Thor the skin. We can't handle it right now. When we can handle it, they'll give it to us. We not ready for it yet. Oh, man. Vape, you already know, bro. I'll catch you later, man. Appreciate you coming through as always. Let me see. Yeah, drop a 1 in chat if you are excited about Bucky Barnes coming to Marvel's Avengers. Let me see. Get yours. Okay. A lot of ones in chat. A lot of ones. My God, I need Thor this. You need a cold shower. Can we just get higher level gear without doing the raids and OLTs? Yeah, if you play the event missions, you can. Weird they wouldn't try to push out She-Hulk, but I guess people want Bucky more. Like I said, we have no insight into why they chose to go with Bucky instead of She-Hulk. We can speculate, but we honestly don't know. Like I said, I don't. I have a couple theories, but it's like none of that is substantiated by anything. So it's like, at the end of the day, we really just don't know. How do you think by end of 2023 we'll get Scarlet Witch? I definitely think Scarlet Witch is in the plans for 2023. Like that's what I was saying earlier in the stream. I feel like Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch are part of the plans for the focus going beyond the Kree invasion. So once we're past the Kree and Captain Marvel, they're going to go into the realm of magic. So it's like you're going to start seeing more magic users, come to the game. And I don't know how long that phase of the game is going to last, because I've also heard that they're considering going a more cosmic route behind the scenes in the future too. So we could see more space-based villains come to the game, and maybe a few more space-based heroes. So they have a lot of ideas on the table, and they know that fan demand for Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange is really, really, really high. So they're aware of that, and as I said in my video, speculating about who those two heroes could be, because they are being designed in tandem basically. I feel like that's either going to be Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange, or it's going to be like Ant-Man and the Wasp. What's up, Trayvon? How you doing, bro? Appreciate you coming through. And for everybody who's popping in and out, if you can, drop a like on the stream. That 100% helps the channel out and the stream, and I will greatly appreciate it. I wanted She-Hulk first, but I'm very glad for Winter Soldier. Yes, like I said, I was good either way. No matter who we got, I was going to be good. No matter who they drop into the game, I'm good, as long as it's a new hero and not someone who's more so an echo. Maybe even the Guardians of the Galaxy. You never know. That's, like I said, it's a lot of stuff that's possible now that they are going to another publisher. Casual, is it huge possible for Doctor Doom to come to the game or no? They are looking at adding different villains, and Doctor Strange is a magic-based user, or a magic-based villain. So he delves in science and in magic. So I could see him as a threat in the future. I think when he is officially announced via Twitter, I don't think it'll be much longer till his release. I'll say late September. What about you? Like I said, we got to see how once we get a release date for 2.6, that'll kind of give us a window for when we can start looking for 2.7. Because they communicated that 2.4 and 2.5 will have a very small gap in between releases. So if they give us that kind of insight, into when we can expect 2.7. We'll know more. That would be very sweet if they were able to get the Guardians of the Galaxy. Embracer, they do now own Eidos Montreal, and those are the people who made Guardians of the Galaxy. So if they wanted to kind of have those two studios collab on this project, theoretically they could. I'm happy with whoever we get. More characters, the better. Absolutely. Like I said, because of the way the combat is designed in this game, whoever we get is going to be good. Like I said, Jane Foster is an Echo, but she is legit one of the strongest heroes in the game, and they built her or based her off the strongest hero in the game. So it's like you can still have fun with her. She still has some unique traits that separate her from him. But yeah, she is roughly mostly, a Thor clone. I thought the Guardians would inevitably show up in this game, as a lot of the work was already done for the Guardians game. It's they got two different engines and everything like that, so it's like it's not as simple of a transition as you would think, looking at it from the outside, but it is something feasible. That is something that they could do. It would just take a bit of work and a bit of doing. Seems Miller was right after all. Shaking my head to Crystal Dynamics. It's not a knock on them that he was right. Miller, he's in the walls over there, so he gets the information whether they want him to or not. Casual, what abilities would Rocket Raccoon have? Any ideas? I would assume, in the abilities you see him with in the Guardians of the Galaxy game. So, he would be able to, throw grenades and things like that, and, his guns would be his primary means of doing damage. Like, I don't think I feel like Rocket and Groot would kind of be paired into one hero, and that could be viewed as kind of a cop out, but it would work, like with Rocket being on the shoulder. So Rocket kind of handles the ranged attacks, and Groot does the melee. I'ma love She-Hulk if she actually has a Hulk smash, unlike Hulk, like he should have had. What do you mean? Hulk does have a smash. If you hold triangle, he does a ground pound. But we are closing in on reset. Close out. But yeah, if you guys are on PlayStation, you can get this store skin for free. There's Avengers MCU skin, you can get that for free. Let me see. I'm not trying to do that. Yep. So once 3 hours. Yeah, right. Thought you said Thor the skin not out. I don't know if it is out. Did you check the marketplace? See if they made any announcements. Nope. That we'll catch up on chat. Remember, Eidos Montreal are super familiar with the Foundation Engine 2. They helped develop all 3 Tomb Raider games and the Avengers. Yeah, that's why it would work as a collaborative effort, because both teams are familiar with each other. I think Nova would be a good fit for this game. Any hero they choose to add would be a good fit for this game. Alright, so we are about to get it started with some Jane Foster. So while that's copying, let's casual. Will Jane get more skins this year? I would hope so. They have Thordis in their back pocket, so she'll definitely get that at some point. Can't wait for Bucky, bro. I am so excited. This was an eventful day. Like, I've been up since like 1 something this morning. I sat through the Embracer quarter report. I was going to say Q&A report. I sat through that report. I watched the first episode of She-Hulk. I took a quick nap, got up, took a shower, got out of the shower to this news that Bucky was, officially announced. We're gonna stream for a bit, run around with MCU Jane Foster skin, and then later I'm going to see Dragon Ball Superhero. So this is gonna be quite the day. Hopefully Bucky gets his Infinity War skin. I want all the skins for Bucky. Man, bro, I am legit excited to see Bucky Barnes come to this game, bro. I am so happy that they with the copying. I am so happy that that's what they got going on. Let me see. That in frame. Give me 1 second. Anybody just popping in, this is the official image for Bucky. And again, if you guys are just popping in, make sure to leave a like on the stream. That definitely helps support it. Alright. G Matt, what's up, casual? I'm excited for the villain sector and OLT. Honestly, Bucky I'm sure is going to be fun. However, I'm looking forward to more bombastic characters. So by bombastic, I think you mean, somebody like Captain Marvel, maybe somebody like, I don't know, Doctor Strange. Is that kind of what you're hinting at with bombastic characters? Bucky gonna go crazy, bro. I'm going crazy. The second he touched down, I'm going crazy. Jorge, what's up, bro? How you feeling? Hope you're feeling better, bro. I know you were kind of under the weather the last time I talked to you. I need the explosive powerhouses. Hey, they got them in the pipeline. They're coming. Could we get Thanos? If they choose to go in a more cosmic direction with like villains and heroes, you could see Thanos, come to this game. Like I said, Captain Marvel and the Kree are just expanding the universe and opening up, the possibilities with space and just space-based villains and heroes in general. So they don't have to go cosmic right out of the gate. They could, get the Kree invasion out. So you get a hero out before Captain Marvel. You get Captain Marvel. You get the Kree invasion storyline going. And then, by the end of the year, you introduce the magic threat with, Scarlet Witch or Doctor Strange as the first hero, to kind of get the ball rolling in that regard. I appreciate that, some guy, bro. Appreciate you coming through, man. What did you think of the first episode of She-Hulk? I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was very funny, but I didn't realize how much trauma Bruce has dealt with. Yeah, it's like like I said, I enjoyed it for what it is. I don't go into these shows with like, super expectations for what it should be and what it has to be and stuff like that. It's for what it is. They get you introduced to the character and what she's going to be about and what, how she, the first episode is essentially a speed run to catch the audience up with who She-Hulk is and what the show is going to be about. And I feel like they execute that perfectly. And like I said, it's a very good indicator for what the show is going to be in general. So if you don't like the first episode, you're probably not going to like the show in general, and that's fair. But for me, I thought the first episode was pretty cool. And I did like what they were doing with the Hulk. I'm doing good, thank you, bro. Sorry for not playing. I've been busy this week anyway. I wanted to stream more, but I had to do some running around, in real life, so I wasn't able to sit still as much as I wanted to. But I'm glad I set aside some time for today because we got a lot of news covered today. What's the update about? It's patch 2.5.2. They cleaned up some things with Jane Foster and like Mjolnir turning invisible for some players and things like that. But as they always do with these kind of patches, they sneak in different things that aren't announced. So it's like that's what we're gonna find out, either by playing or from Miller. What's up, Phantom Ninja Gaming? Appreciate you coming through. But yeah, here is what Bucky will look like in the game. That man looks dope. And like I said, I'm looking forward to playing with him. Drago, if you in the chat, bro, you gotta stop spamming. I'm still waiting on my game to update. All right, we're almost there. But yeah, I saw a lot of ones in chat, saying that they hyped for Bucky coming to the game. So my question now is, if She-Hulk doesn't make it out this year, where do you see her coming in the next year? Do you think she's coming early next year, or do you think she'll be one of the later releases? Do I like horror games? I'll play a horror game. I got what's that? I got Friday the 13th on here. I don't play them often, but like if I got motivation to play it, or if I got friends playing it and they want me to join up with them, I'll play it. Like Left 4 Dead, Resident Evil, and things like that. I play all of that. Alright. Yeah, I should have did all of this earlier. Yeah. Like I said, my mind was all over the place this morning. You making a horror game? Yeah, I'll definitely play it. Thank you. Install the update and let's roll. Bucky Barnes 5, what is up, sir? What is up? Real some space. Real some space right now. Some of this out of here. just like that. That's 3 games, bro. I know this update isn't that big. Alright. How big was this update, bro? Okay. Okay, so we are just going to restart the game. Alright. Technical difficulties as always. I'm good. Bucky, how you doing, bro? How much gigabytes does the game take on Xbox or PlayStation? It depends on how big the update is. But while we're waiting, let's look at this awesome Bucky skin. That's the real star of the show. Alright, so I'm gonna get this figured out, guys. When I get everything sorted, we'll start up another stream. But appreciate you guys coming through. Once I get this sorted out, I will definitely roll back up stream and we'll be running around with Jane Foster. But again, appreciate you guys coming through as always.